Welcome to What's the Word? I am Minister Denise, and the word that I'm going to be sharing today is dependable. The description of dependable, or the definition of dependable, is the capability of being trusted, or reliable, or trustworthy. You know, one of the things about being dependable means people can rely on you. Are you dependable with your time? Are you dependable with work? Are you dependable with your word? You know, sometimes with people, they have a problem with being dependable with time. So maybe you have to put something into place to help you become dependable in that area. This might sound elementary, but maybe to be on time means you might have to set things out in order the night before you have to be somewhere. Maybe you set your clock 15 minutes ahead, so you might think you're sleeping in 15 minutes. Whatever you might need to do to make yourself more dependable and reliable is important, especially as Christians. Our word needs to matter. It needs to mean something. So the other thing that I wanted to share was about your word. When people ask you or entrust you with a task, or they depend on you to follow through with something and you say you will, you want that to matter. You know, I've heard people say my word is my bond. It means that no matter what you say, yes or no, I can or I can't, they actually can believe that you're going to follow through. Or if they say, she says she's not available or he's not available, then you know what? I know they're actually not, because usually they're here whenever I need them. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about was your work. It is very, very important to become dependable and reliable and trustworthy when it comes to work, be it at a job, be it at school, be it in the church. You know, how you present your work is important. You know, as a child, we used to say if your homework got messed up at school, the teacher would say, what happened? Oh, my dog ate it, or whatever. It doesn't matter what really happened when you present it the right way. So you take pride in your work. And it's good to learn this even while you're young. So when you have an assignment due and you hand it in and the paper's all wrinkled, what does that look like? It doesn't look like you're proud or consistent, or your work looks reliable, or that you could trust what this person is presenting. It looks sloppy. It looks horrible. Even when we're working on assignments at work, maybe there's a lot of misspelled words. You know, spell check is real. We can use that. So make sure that your work is dependable. Your word is dependable. Even your time, that people can rely on you. Now, the other side of being dependable or predictable can also be negative. You know, people can say, I can bet that this person is not going to be here when we say it's time to be here. So they deliberately tell somebody it starts an hour earlier than what it does so that the person would be on time. But we want to be dependable people of God. And I just want to encourage you that sometimes when we're not dependable, it breeds dissension between our coworkers, or maybe you're a student, you're working on a project with somebody, or even co-laborers in the field, in the vineyard of God. When you're not dependable and we have to constantly pick up your slack, sometimes it gets a little frustrating. So today, if you can hear anything, learn that dependability is important. It describes a character trait. You want to be dependable. We serve a dependable God. You know, before we go, I want you to know that your actions actually speak louder than your words. You can say, yeah, but then you don't. Let me give you a word before we close, and it's from Matthew 21, verses 28 through 31. Jesus says here, what do you think? There was a man who had 2 sons, and he came to the first and he said, son, go and work in the vineyard today. And he answered, I will not. But afterwards he regretted it, and he changed his mind and went then, this same man, to his second son, and he said the same thing. He said, I need you to work. He said, oh, I'll be there. But he did not go. Which of the 2 do you think did the will of the Father? And everyone answered, the first one. And Jesus said, I assure you and most solemnly say to you that the tax collectors and the prostitutes will enter into the kingdom of God before you. Because you know what? It's about your actions. So maybe you aren't the most dependable person, but you can change that. You can make your actions match what you're saying so that you can be a dependable person. So I hope that this word has blessed someone today, and that today starts a new day where you can say, I can be reliable, I can be trustworthy, and I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. Grace and peace. Until next time.